Good morning, pals. What the fuck is up? My name is Willard, and this is twinkledads. If we haven't met before, hello. Nice to see you. twinkledads is an emo advice show. The best way I can put it, at least right now, is that it's a hybrid mix between Midwest Emo Mixtape on YouTube and the Dear Sally advice column in your local newspaper. People send in questions. You probably already have. I answer them as openly and as truthfully as I can, and then I pair them with a few emo, punk, whatever songs that I believe will help you cope with your situation. I want, this show is designed for the listener. I want it to be about you. The motto I keep using for myself with thinking about this project is that we do not have to die alone. Because, I think there is, no greater, human harm than than apathy or being unempathetic. And I think a big root of that is when people have emotions that they're not necessarily proud of. And instead of just finding ways to validate them, they will take it out or handle it unhealthily. And I believe that if you do not give empathy to your current situation, that you won't be able to give empathy to others. And yeah, I want you to know that your feelings are safe with me because I want them to be safe with you. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Anyways, if you'd like to send out a question that will be answered on a future episode, please email me at twinkledad69@gmail.com or DM me on Twitter and or Instagram at @emoadviceshow. Please feel free to get as open and as vulnerable as you want. Your identity will be withheld. The priority will be your feelings. And that's all we'll care about is who you are. Once again, if you would like to ask me any questions, please email me at twinkledad69@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram and or Twitter at @emoadviceshow. This week, we won't be answering any questions for two reasons. One, and it's a bit of a milestone, the next Twinkle Dads episode will have ads. Yep. You heard that right. Which means nothing. That genuinely means nothing. That's not a big accomplishment. But, it means that passively, way over time, money will starting to be generated for new mic equipment, better recording quality, all that jazz that, wouldn't have been possible without you and your support. So first and foremost, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. And it just means the world, so we'll be back on Monday with that. Secondly, after I graduated college, I moved back home for a bit while, traveling around, and just this past weekend, I officially moved out to a new place, the city of Angels and Parking Lots, Los Angeles. The room I'm currently in is just the room that's featured in, I think, Victorious or iCarly, where they go to Hollywood. It's like that, except it's an old recording studio, which is pretty sick. But, this for me, I think, will be one of the last times I will truly leave that home. And I started to think about how I wanted to commemorate something that is not only near and dear to me, but without the experiences I had there, this show or even the trajectory I am would just not exist. So I wanted to find a way to essentially one, celebrate everything going on, and I think two, try to figure out what was the best way to commemorate, people I love and all the homies So after essentially 4 re-recordings of different stunts, which are stories for another day, um, we have a Midwest emo mixtape. Quite literally what started this all. Um, the I think what makes this special, quote unquote, is that for a lot of the samples, instead of using the samples I like would have used or whatever, um, I had 5 people who I'm very, very grateful for read transcripts of the sample along with answer a question that is featured in the end. You'll get the gist if you listen through to it because I like, it's when you go to a place in like what you consider home, it's hard to describe it without trying to capture the true essence of those relationships. And by having those 5 people voice it, I think, I want to celebrate them. And I just want to say thank you because their essences are so incredible and, not to get sentimental, but it truly just means the world. So, is this project way too ambitious? Yes. Did it turn out that good? And you know what? The parts where all the friends were reading did turn out good. I'll say that. I have my own gripes about my own work, but you know what? Fuck it. At least listen to the beginning and the last song and just let that be a celebration of love and life. Thank you to Michael, Ozzy, Maya, Elizabeth, and Taylor for contributing. Thank you so much. I think I said this in the letter I wrote to y'all, but it's like, I just feel an immense amount of gratitude and thankfulness for you and the other people that I love, and not in a sense to like make it like bigger and grander than ever or try to find metaphorical meaning. But whenever I interact with y'all or think about y'all or even consider what home is, there's this feeling that just a gigantic heavy bubble on my stomach that I don't know how to articulate fully, but I don't need to. All I know is that's what home feels like. So this will be uploaded into 2 parts on YouTube, but on every other platform will be together. So if you're on YouTube, please go to the emo mixtape that was just uploaded that I'm still figuring out the name. I think it's Where You Call Home Will Always Become a Ghost. But if you're staying on Spotify or other streaming services, I really hope you enjoy. And at the end of the